Alright, I just went and explained what I'm going to be doing in this video and my higher time frame narrative into the trade, but I'm going to go ahead and do it again because my OBS wasn't synced with my price action. So what I was explaining is um, the reason that these legs are our price isn't going ahead and rebalancing to these legs yet is because these are kind of protected lows with an SMT on ES. As you can see, SMT, these lows are also SMT to then have your huge move higher in price. However, these highs are now being created as SMTs inside of these fair value gaps. However, they got inverse. It is still kind of a bearish area, as you can tell, for price to go lower, because look how strong of a move we get down low. We're just building these lows. Price went ahead and swept these lows. Didn't sweep these because why? Because these are more protected. This is an area of resistance, in my opinion. Swept these lows, and now we are going higher to an inefficiency to probably send us lower officially to these lows to then maybe go higher again, because now we're just generating all of this. So what was I looking for going into the day? On the daily gap, what do we see? We have this huge daily rejection wick with the strong bullish displacement. What does this show? We are probably bullish, and we are going to go at least a little bit higher to an inefficiency to then maybe send us lower. What do we have on the 4 hour? Well, we have this 4 hour change of state. This is a very strong bullish 4 hour close. Right into this gap. We are closing above this 4 hour gap, and now we have this unmitigated 4 hour right before this liquidity that I want to base my trade off of today. So now we can scale down to the 1 hour. What are we doing? 1 hour bearish, fair value gap, so bearish leg of price gets immediately disrespected after taking out all of this liquidity to then go higher. What do we can see? We have this small bearish leg, comes down, wicks it out to the tick, and immediately goes higher, trading towards this unmitigated 4 hour gap. This leg of price, I really wanted to see maybe this area be the reason that price goes lower, because it is a bearish area. However, we do have this 4 hour unmitigated gap, so we may trade through it at the moment, because all this low resistance is what it's protecting. But what I wanted to see today, price either trade up into this 4 hour FVG, or for this 1 hour / 30-minute cont to then send us higher to this 4 hour unmitigated to finish this moneymaker buy model. So what are we doing on the 1 minute? We are on the 1 minute. I can see right off before open, we are generating liquidity. Just generating it right before for then open to completely run all this generated low resistance liquidity, hit this 30-minute fair value gap. What is ES doing? We are also hitting this 30-minute fair value gap while also trading lower to take out all this low resistance as well. And I think that there's a gap as well there. So just showing so NQ is showing weaker signs, meaning that price is not really selling off as much as ES is, showing that it is more bullish than ES. Why? If NQ maybe swept all this as well, I'd probably start looking for shorts maybe to all this low resistance. However, price only traded to this 30-minute while ES did most of the damage. What does this show? ES wants to reverse. So you swept all of this low resistance building up to this 30-minute fair value gap. This is technically low resistance as well. And we immediately get an inverse. There's a 30-minute gap here. Price wicks it out. You get your 30-minute gap. why don't you need to wait for a stop hunt? This technically is the stop hunt. All this low resistance getting taken out is your stop hunt into this 30-minute. Plus, both gaps have already hit the 30-minute. So, you put your stop there, and then you target a 1-to-1. For this trade, I scaled my stop loss to this high once price traded above it. I scaled or trailed my stop loss to around here. Price then tags me out and immediately runs to the 4-hour fair value gap that I wanted to see price target at the beginning of the day. This is an A+++ setup. You can't really get better price action than this. This is a low time frame AMD model with a high time frame continuation to this unmitigated 4-hour. What are you trading basically? I'm basically trading this 30-minute tap. Like, you could probably take this. Like, you could just set a limit here and maybe wait. However, you need your low time frame stop loss entry. Why? Because this is going to prevent you from blowing accounts. So basically, what are you entering off of? I'm entering off of a high time frame 30-minute tap. However, this is the form of price that you can take it off of, indicating, hey, this is a protected stop loss. I can put my stop loss here. I can get a nice entry indicating that price is going to go higher to this 4-hour fair value gap. So the reason I have not been posting these videos, I don't really care. No one's going to see these videos. It's kind of just for my own journal, my own thought process going into the day. Why? I currently moved out of my house/apartment, and I have been kind of slacking off. I'm not on a schedule anymore. I'm not staying consistent. Back at my old house, ran in the morning, worked, traded, went to the gym, worked. I was on a nice cycle. I was in a great headspace, trading very well. What happened when I got here? I kind of lost those bad habits. It's about building a good foundation that is going to eventually build up into better things. It's like a pyramid. You need a steady base to hold the whole thing. That's what I need. I need the whole steady base to hold all my good thoughts and all my good habits. However, you break one of those pillars and the whole thing comes crashing down. So now you need to start over from step one. But however, step one, you need to do it all the time. You need to have it like set in stone, glued in. I didn't use the super glue to hold up my pillars. I just put the pillars there and they crumbled. So that's what I'm going to be working on. So for the month of July, I'm 1 for 4 right now. I haven't been trading good. Wednesday was pretty bad. Tuesday, I took a good loss in my opinion. Price wasn't bad. However, I think I just got my bias wrong. And then last week, I took 2 trades. However, both of them were winners, but I didn't hold my stop loss correctly. So I really need to focus on following my set rules, holding a stop loss. That's probably the easiest part. The hardest part is doing 1 trade per day, which right after I took this 1 trade, I got off. What was I looking for here? This day, it was very boring. I was looking for bearish price action. However, we never ended up getting it. We just chopped. I got off by like 10 o'clock after seeing nothing really happen. You don't want to be in this trade. You don't want to be taking part of this. This is how you can just take every setup and blow your account. You need to realize that those situations are bad. You know that they're bad. Why would you want to trade bad situations? So, what are we doing now? Trading higher. Caught a win. That's good. It takes up my loss from the other day. However, the first 2 trades of the week were bad. However, I can easily recover from them. I had a great last month. You learn from your mistakes and you do better. I'm doing better already. I took a few losses, and I'm back. I'm ready to pass this account. I think it's about damn time I pass an account and get a payout. It's long overdue. I know how to do it. I know how to read a market. I know where my mental capacity lies. I know what works best for me. Now I just need to execute. One thing got in my way, in my opinion, and that was I took a trade, or I overtraded once because I was so close to a payout, and that has screwed me up for the past week. Took a little break. I'm back. I'm definitely back. I just need to execute and I'll be good. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Also posted a back testing video that I did the other day. Just took 4 trades. That's what I said at the beginning of the video. I'm going to take 3 trades. And yeah, won 3 out of 4 of them, I think. Lost the other one. Should have gone break even. And that's where journaling comes in play. So also, that's what I could have done with Tuesday's trade. Tuesday had a scenario where I would go break even. And what is this scenario? Right after price inverses this order block and is chopping at my take profit, that is when I need to go break even. Why? Because at this point, price disrespected bearish again and should go ahead and run the liquidity that I wanted, which was all of this liquidity in this 930 open. However, we did not end up doing that. We ended up chopping and just going straight to my stop loss. So I'll see you guys on the next video, probably tomorrow. I will be taking a trade, or hopefully if price allows me to. However, if it's bad price action, I won't be taking a trade. It's a Friday. I don't want to end the week on a loss. I'm going on a surf trip with my buddies to El Salvador. So yeah. All right. Peace out.